Welcome back to this week's episode of Tribe Talk. To start off, I have head football coach Jim McKay to talk about this past week at East Union and going into homecoming week against Lewisburg. How are you doing, Coach?
Doing good.
All right, first question. We had a tough loss at East Union this past week. Several things went wrong. I wanted to get your thoughts about what you think led to this loss and how we can kind of prepare against those mistakes in the future.
Uh, I think the first thing and the biggest thing was mental focus. I don't think we were very focused even during the week, starting with Monday, and that's my fault, and I take full responsibility, and we will have that fixed this Friday. Um, had a lot of penalties. Some of them were legit. Some of them are questionable. But you still have to play the game and do things right. Uh, Missed a lot of tackles. We weren't fitting where we were supposed to, but we hopefully we'll get that corrected.
You brought it up. We had two touchdowns that were called back from penalties, and we had several missed tackles, whether it was someone out of position or if it was just kind of sloppy arm tackling. How have you prepared your players this week to prevent that?
Well, defensively, we were just some of the guys were fitting in the wrong place. Some of them were getting pushed, shoved inside when they should have been outside, and vice versa. Uh, Coach Nunley's done a good job of repping that this week and getting them prepared.
One thing, I have several football players in my classes, and they said that the past 2 days have been some of the best practices they have all season. Have you seen that on the field as well?
I have Monday. We did a lot of hitting. I think for about 45 minutes. Had some breaks here and there, but we did a lot of tackle drills. Um, Trying to teach the kids, you got to drive through. Don't tackle with your arms. Use your shoulder pads, use your face mask, keep your head up, see what you hit.
Uh, in the game, toward the end, Charlie McAnally, the starting quarterback, got hurt, and you had to bring in Blake Counts. We're going to look at as soon as Blake Counts came in, he threw a touchdown pass. After we look at the play, I wanted to get your thoughts on having a backup like Blake who can come in and play, how important that is to you as a coach. So here's the play. So, Coach, give me your thoughts.
Well, Blake is probably has the most football knowledge, high IQ of the game than anybody on the team. Can play multiple positions, and it's good that we can count on him to come in at any position that we really need him to.
All right, Coach. This week we have homecoming week, and we have Lewisburg, a big opponent. How are you preparing your team this week to face them?
Well, Lewisburg offensively runs the wing tee, almost similar, very similar to Belmont. So we're prepared for that. We had done it 2 weeks ago, so the kids know what's involved in stopping their offense. Defensively, they play about the same thing that we do. So we see it every day in practice. So hopefully it won't be a shocker when they see it on the field Friday night.
All right, thank you, Coach. Up next, we have head volleyball coach Brian Middleton to talk about his season so far. Now with me, I have head volleyball coach Brian Middleton to talk about his season so far. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm good today. We've been having an up and down year. Started kind of slow and sluggish, getting the girls back into the swing of volleyball. But over the last week, 10 days, I've seen a lot of positive things. Started to win a few more games. Started 2-1 in our division now, which is always a good thing. I got a couple strong games coming up, but we're in a good position to make a push, and we're playing a lot better than we were earlier.
That's good news to hear. Uh, Students come up with some questions they want to ask you. It's a lot about this is I'm trying to expose some of the sports that don't get a lot of attention, and volleyball is one of them. So one thing that we had some students asking questions about is what's three things you've improved on from last season to this season?
All right. Well, we've got, I hope, a lot of things that we've improved on from last season to this season. But some things I know that we've gotten better at is we've become more consistent with some of the little things of the game. One of the things we've harped on is not beating ourselves. Um, our service errors are terrible in volleyball. It's a sport where you make a mistake, they get a point. And we've made a point over the last couple of weeks, definitely improved that. I think the other night at North Pontotoc, we 90% on serves. And that's something we were asking for, something we've got. We're also developing some girls that can play all the way around, not limiting them to a I'm just a hitter, or I'm just a back row kid. We've kind of made girls that are all around volleyball players. But the biggest thing that's going to show up that we've improved upon, that's not going to necessarily show up this season, it's going to show up in 4 and 5 years, is incorporating our middle schools into the varsity program this year. I think it's something that we needed to address, something that we kind of addressed, and we're going to keep bettering it. This is an experimental season for us, and our middle school kids have practiced every day with our varsity, and it's going to be good for us in the long run.
That's great to hear that the program is going to have a bigger boost as the years continue. The next thing we want to know about is what do you know you need to improve on going into the end of the season as your season starts to end?
Well, there's several things that we've talked about. Again, being more consistent. We want to continue to grow as a team and be more consistent, and that includes still getting better at serving. Passing's got to improve. We deal with it every day. 45 minutes of our practice probably spent on passing, and hopefully that continues to improve. And then a big thing for us is putting the ball away, not allowing teams to hang around and make plays because we're not like being the aggressive team out there. And so we want to continue to be more aggressive and put teams away. And then when we get up on teams, we're up on New Albany 21-12 in our third set. And let them hang around and come back and beat us in the third set, 27-25. We want to be able to put teams away too and stay aggressive even when we're up, when we're down, and just teach our kids to continue to fight throughout a game.
All right. Last thing, you have the Bell Green tournament this weekend. What are your thoughts going in the tournament? How do you expect to perform?
We're really excited. Tournaments on weekends, we try to do one about every week or two, or every 2 to 3 weeks. We've added a tournament to our schedule. It gives you an opportunity to play multiple teams on a weekend, and we have 4 games with an opportunity for 6 on Saturday, depending on how we finish. And we're in the good side of a bracket. It's really good competition. It's not going to be any easy games for our kids. I think we got Shoals Christian, Covenant Christian, who are traditionally and Hatton, who are traditionally really good volleyball programs over in Alabama. And there's some Mississippi schools, Belmont's there, a couple others. And we're excited about it. It gives us a chance to go out and get a lot of reps in one day. And turn around, we play Belmont Monday and pick up Division Tuesday with Corinth. And so it'll get us ready for next week and just excited about the opportunity to continue to get better.
All right, thank you, Coach, for sitting down with me. Stay tuned for next week. We'll bring in another new coach, and of course, we'll always do a recap of the football game. Thank you, and make sure you subscribe and like our videos.